Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me again is wonderful Morganne Rayne, Adept, visionary, spiritual guide, ceremonialist, and artist. Hello, Morganne. Good morning.
Good morning from the Pacific Northwest, where it's cloudy and we've had interesting weather around here. It's very cool. You can tell we're moving into the fall time. Mornings are really
Can I go visit you, please?
Is it hot
At
there?
the moment, it's unbelievable. In south of England, at the moment, it's 28 degrees, and my living room is 27, 28 all the time. Doors is wide open. My fan is on, and it's still so hot, unbelievable.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
it's interesting the weather patterns we've had. Of course, it's still summer, so we expect heat. Well, we would expect heat, but we've had intermittent, just sometimes we'll have a really nice warm day, but it's been pretty cool all summer. But it's not I mean, weather is so interesting, right? And then, we got all the theories of, the conspiracy theories that it's being manipulated and all that. And who knows, it's like, really those are things we don't have control over. So I just look at what the weather is doing. And I remember one summer, like when my kids were really young, it rained the entire summer, and this was before any conspiracy theories were out. It was just cold and wet the entire summer, and it was memorable because they couldn't go outside hardly ever. They did go out and play in mud puddles. I was that kind of mom. I let them go out there and be little piggies rolling around in the mud, and they had a wonderful time. But you can only do that for so long when you really want a beach. And that was a no beach. We really didn't go anywhere that year. So yeah, so weather. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, we today, because Morgan is just recovering from her
A very
illness.
bad cold.
Very bad cold, yeah. So
Very
uh,
bad cold.
we we've done little bit different today to guide us how what we talk about. I pull three cards, not Morgan, but I this time pull three cards.
Yep.
So so first card which I managed to pull is Archangel Michael. So
Mhm.
something is to do with his energy today.
Well, that's an interesting card to pull, right? So, Archangel Michael, you can look at Archangel Michael as an archetype as well. So, if we look at Archangel Michael as an archetype, it's like, what is that aspect that lives within us that is like that? What is within us that can wield and carry that incredible sword of truth? So that's what he does. He has that mighty sword, and he's there as a protector. He's there, but that's when we personify it. We have it outside of us. But the truth is, if we look at these cards as archetypes, it's like, okay, well, what is it that lives within us that is that, right? Who and what is within us that is that archetype of Archangel Michael, that is strong, that is present, that is able to see and cut through all the minutia and the bullshit and the suffering, right? So I look at that, especially because you pulled that as your first card, right? That's the present moment. That's where we are right now. And why would Archangel Michael show up right now? So there's the other piece right there. So why is Archangel Michael showing up right now? One, showing me as an archetype, and two, being as a presence that is surrounding us. So it's not just in us, it's outside of us, it's everywhere present. We have a lot going on in our world right now. We have a whole lot of going on in our world right now. And I would say that at this time, humanity, we who have incarnated into these human forms, we're in a really rocky point right now, and we're at a point where decisions have been made about our biology, about our biological being, that is not good, right? That is a demise in a lot of ways, if you want to talk about it in that way. And certainly they're the PTBs, those power that bees. They've declared what we are as useless eaters, and whatever they want to call us, right? But the truth is, we're not just that. That's the rub for them, because even though we are biology and we have these beautiful bodies, we have within, which, by the way, these bodies are miraculous, what they have the power to do if we give it the right environment and we give it the right stuff. So I think that Archangel Michael is showing up as not only an archetype of what we are and who we can stand and be, to be strength in our own life and wield our own swords of the bullshit that comes at us. Sorry about the cussing, guys. when you see bullshit, you just got to call it bullshit. And unfortunately, that bullshit it's hard, and it's stinky, and and it leaves a big mess. But as beings, so if we take that as the present moment now, where do we go with that? Where's our inner strength? We can call on the inner strength, but that inner strength is really coming from us. So I love that the first card was Archangel Michael. Michael has certainly been a formidable presence in my own life, of when we all get in hang-ups and bang-ups, and and Michael, it always has felt that energy of that one protection. And I look back on my life, and because I work with so many people who have had a lot of trauma, and I had so much trauma growing up, I think about, I was always protected in that, so I think that this showing up, this card showing up as the first card, really calls us out to become stronger and realize that we're the ones who have that strength and that power to cut away that which doesn't belong, to cut away the bullshit, and stand with our sword of truth and stand strong. So I would say that would be my interpretation of that card. What do you say about Archangel Michael?
I will say about my Archangel Michael, but we have Sandy HAB coming to us again. Hello, Sandy. Hello, hope you are doing well. I had previously asked about the man I like from work, who I haven't seen for a couple of months. I still hope that I will see him again. I don't know. Do you have pendulum with you today, Morganne?
I don't have it. I'm not home, so I don't have anything like that. But I would just say to Sandy, is like, I would focus in on, not on what you don't have, because what she's saying is, I haven't seen him, I don't, she's putting it into a place where it's not about creation. It's about, it's the law of get away from me. So, okay, let's just put the cards on hold for right now, because I want to address this. There's a law of attraction. And I think that just about all of us know what that is, right? So when we are in that place of, and here comes Archangel Michael energy again. So when we are in the place of being present in the moment, and we want to practice the law of attraction, because we want something in our lives, we want to create something or experience something like love or companionship or plenty or happiness or whatever that is that we want to experience. When we use our words and our thoughts and our feelings which is how we create. I'll go back to Manifestation 101. A thought plus a feeling equals a result. I need everybody to get that. A thought, what you're thinking, plus a feeling equals a result. So if we look at that formula backwards, what's the result? So in Sandy's case, no guy, haven't seen it for a long months. So there's this
for
like
a couple of months.
For a couple of months, right? So that's the result of what's going on, right? And there's another result in there, and it sounds like I don't have. That kind of energy is there. So there's this dominant feeling, right? Will I ever see this person again? Well, what's behind that thought? A feeling of whatever. I don't know what Sandy's feeling is because I haven't done a therapy session with her. But she can do this herself. She can sit back and think about, well, what am I feeling? Am I feeling I'll never see this person again? Then I would say, and so it is. Right? So when we look at what we want to create in our lives, then we have to look at, we as creators of our lives, what are we thinking and what are we feeling? So she's practicing something I call the law of get away from me, by holding the energy of I haven't seen, and you can feel, and even the transmission of that, her message to us, that there's this longing, there's this I don't have, will I ever, right? And that's all a formula for push away, a formula for of not experiencing what it is she truly wants. So when we start using words like I am happy, I am loved, I am content, you begin to grow into the feeling and thinking nature that you want to create the life that you do want. But that takes some work, and that takes some being conscious and awake and aware.
It takes lots of work, and it takes making sure you're not giving up, because it's hard work.
It is hard work, because we've been
definitely
right. Because if you think about it, because our thinking becomes habitual, right? If we grew up in a family where there was not very much, you have a habitual thinking of there's not enough. There's not enough. There's never going to be enough. So it becomes a habit, which becomes a belief, which what I think about beliefs, because that was you and me first time we chatted, was about, I think a belief is the ego's lie to us, right? It's a lie. Inherent in the word belief is lie. So if you think about, if you come from a family where there was your parents were bickering and fighting, and there was abuse. I mean, we can go into it. You're going to have a thought process of love that is skewed and sick, right? So I would invite Sandy to go back and think about what it is. What about love? What about partnership? What about that? Does she come from, right? And that will be the issue level. That will be the foundation of the things she needs to heal and begin to work on, right? To release the past. My parents were horrible to each other, right? They were, it's like I grew up believing that's the way relationships were. So guess what I created in my life? Some duplications of that, until I went, I'm done with that. No, I'm done with that. Over and out. And I even remember the day that I decided not doing it. I'm going to develop a loving relationship with myself. I will develop a loving relationship with myself. So that is, and then you become like, when you do that, you become like a magnet for love. So then, it takes work, though. It takes you to be able to and have the capacity to change those thoughts and to change those feelings and create a body temple that is the resonance of being loved and loving. So
Sandy sent us, is there anything I can say or do to manifest the man back into my life, please? And then she is replying on some of the things you've been telling. Yes, I have been holding the energy of not having seen him for a while. Yeah, I came from place that I don't feel that I am lucky in love, single for years.
yep.
So,
And my
Sandy,
yep, and my dear Sandy, you know, it's just going to take you for me. I'll just tell you from where, because all I have is my experience, right? Is that when I began to develop the relationship of loving myself and caring about myself, because nobody else was going to do that, right? But when I could do that for myself, love myself enough to change how I feel, love myself enough to change the thoughts, love myself enough to become in alignment with what it is I truly want. Um, th- that is spiritual work. That's the work of the Holy Spirit when you invite that in and ask for healing and ask for clearing. And the other thing too is, if you've held these long-term beliefs, it might be ancestral. You might want to ask the question, is this mine? Is this mine? So,
and I would really, really suggest Sandy to contact Morganne privately. All her contact details is below our video. Yeah, if you go on YouTube, I know you're watching at the moment from Facebook, but if you find my channel on YouTube, below video, there is all Morganne's contact details,
yeah,
and mine as well.
Yeah, she can go to my website, IamSourced.net, and she can get my contact details from there too.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
So you can contact Morganne, because then she can give you even more advice and really look into all your past and everything, because I know for myself I was struggling with some things until actually Morganne done with me age regression meditation. Yeah, I was struggling, and probably I would be struggling for another decade.
Yeah, that was a powerful piece of work you did, right? So right there we can talk about that, because that was a long held belief, not just from this lifetime.
Yeah.
Right. So we drive, just like we say in Course in Miracles, you know, we can land in a family. You know, just think about the family you landed into when you were born, and you look around at that family, and in the Course in Miracles, we're taught that when we arrive in that family, we come fully intact with all of our issues. Every one of them, we come fully intact with all of that. What if we can look at that in a very conscious way, and really look at that and really own that, then we can give up the habit of shaming and blaming others.
Yeah.
Which we know is all in that lower spectrum that keeps your energy, keeps you in that low frequency. You don't want to be manifesting from there. Most people are manifesting from there, and it's not good. It's not beautiful. It's not life promoting. So I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. That's the way it's been the last few days.
Something what came to me just now while you've been talking, I just when you start love yourself, yeah, maybe you will come up with question, do I really need this man? if this man, for one reason or other, for 2 months is not appearing in your life, I don't know how was your relationship before that, or was there any relationship, yeah? But maybe you don't need and don't want anymore something or someone who doesn't want you.
Right. Or someone who's not available for you. Right. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen this person for a couple of months, what is that telling you? Right. But it makes the longing, the person wanting it, the longing increases, and then that it becomes an obsession. Right. So I'd say just, let that thing go. If that was me, I'd let that thing go.
I
and
don't need this man indeed. We were not in relationship. So think about it. Do you want actually this
right, but
to
there may have
happen?
been some qualities about that man that live inside of her that are good, right? Oh, maybe she really likes that, right? Oh, I like that quality. So take those qualities of what that relationship or that experience for you. It wasn't a relation, it was just an experience, right? Take the qualities of that and say, oh, I like that in a relationship, right? And write it down, right? So if we had a relationship with every man we bumped up against in the world, right? Better we go, oh, what about that person that it's helping me come alive, or I feel good about myself? I'd say it's not about the person. It's not about
It's quality.
it's the qualities of that person that stimulate something inside of you. And that's what
But
that's.
what we can do, I have one client which I really at the moment keep struggling with, because she is married woman and she literally fall for a work colleague. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, there is nothing between them intimate happen, nothing. It's just she has this feeling. Yeah. She take him once home because they live not very far away from each other, and he once asked for lift and she take him home. Yeah, and there was she started to act around him quite awkwardly. Yeah, sort of apologizing, and something happened like that. She was quite awkward, and from that moment on, this man tried to keep distance from her, and she tried to arrange a meeting with him, and he keeps distance, and I really struggle to actually get to the point when she can let go to these feelings and actually concentrate on her family and her husband and look for those uh, qualities in her relationship. Yeah.
Yep. There's something about her interaction with that person that makes her feel something. So she needs to look at what is that making her feel? It's not about the person. It's about her. It's never about the other. It's always about us.
What she is missing, really.
Yeah.
What she is missing. And I try to explain to her, and I try to.
Yeah. Them that has ears can hear, right? And that's it right there. And she may hear it at some other point and go, oh, that's what Daiga was talking about. You know,
Yeah, till one point she will come up with, okay, it's time to let this all go.
yeah, and again, it's like, what is it that she's experiencing? What is it about that? And it could be for her healing, right? It might be that learning to let go. I've become masterful at letting go. masterful. I am a true master of letting go. And that's my superpowers. And a lot of people go, what? You don't want to let go? I have had to let go of money, my great retirement plans, family, relationships. I had to let go so much. Let it go. Because I created all that anyway. If I can create all that, I can create more. And I can create what from a place of self-love and self-care, rather than from a place of fix me, feed me, help me, love me, do that. No, I'm a self-generating consciousness of love and light and power and presence. From that, I am like a radiant beacon, and people are attracted to that. There's nothing you have to do to go out there and find. You become what it is you want. I'll just say this about guys, right? I went bicycling a couple of weeks ago up on this beautiful trail, and I rode I'd say about 35 miles. And but when I started out on my track, I could see, like, it must have been geriatric Thursday or something. I don't know. A lot of senior people are riding their bikes on this trail. And I thought, this is wonderful. This is so wonderful. And I'm just riding my bike. And when I ride my bike, I got a grin on my face and the wind's blowing my hair. And I'm just loving it. Right. So I am so present and so awake. And I'm telling you, guys, like, hi, it was like, and then one turned around and sidled up next to me, goes, hi, how are you? Can I ride with you for a while? And I kind of looked at him. I go, yeah, you can ride with me for a while. And we chatted. And then when I was ready to be alone again, I just said, I thanked him for riding with me for a while. And I turned around and went back alone. Right. But it's just, there's so much. I mean, you can have tons of relationships. If I wanted to hang out with that, I could have just hung out with that and probably had a relationship. But I just.
Sandy is telling, I will let go also, and I can't read anymore. I will let go also. And if he is meant to be in my life, he will be back.
Yep. That or something better. That or something better. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
right. So can we talk about Saint Germain? And so do we have Saint Germain next?
Yes, we have Saint Germain next.
Fabulous. And Sandy might want to listen to this too. She can use the energies of Saint Michael too, Archangel Michael, to work with letting go, cutting away. He's good at that. Okay. Saint Germain. Wow. What a powerful presence. Again, we can use that like an archetype. Saint Germain is this incredible ascended master of prosperity, plenty, the capacity to bring everything that your heart desires from the ethers, from the invisible to the visible. He also holds the frequency of the violet ray. So violet is a very high frequency color. So crown chakra and above, right? So violet is that intersection of color frequency from the ether or source to humanity, right? So that is like the first frequency color shock energy that comes in, and it comes in through the crown chakra. When the Master Saint Germain shows up in a reading, like this, it's really saying to prepare, like, and so we got Michael cutting away stuff that's in our way. And then we got Saint Germain with his violet ray and his gifts. So if we use this as an archetype for ourselves, we too can bring from the invisible to the visible all that we need, all that we desire, all that we align with, right? So I love that. I love that you pulled that card with Saint Germain, because his presence is a foretelling of goodness and plenty. So perhaps we got Archangel Michael cutting the bullshit away so that this energy of Saint Germain can come in and bless our lives.
I think at the moment, really, our viewers need this blessing, because energies at the moment is crazy, and things what's happening around the world is really crazy and heating up. So we all need to stay in this eye of the storm and be stable there.
Yep. I just had just a really wild thought. Do I want to go there? Oh,
Yes, you do. We still have about 15 minutes. So
oh man.
wherever you're going.
Well, the thought that I had is I think it's going hand in hand with some of the practices I've been doing. I am not here. I never was. I am not here. I am not there. You know, just I've never been. That kind of disconnect from, if you want to call it the matrix or the world that we've incarnated into. Again, it's going to that, oh, look what we created. Look what I created. Did I create all of this? If there's only one, I must have created all of this. So if I can create all of this, can I uncreate the miscreation and recreate? That was a mouthful. Right? So again, it comes back to us. Comes back to self and our power and our presence and what we are. We are it. We are it. And I think that's what, I'll go back to those powers that be. They know that. They know who we are, or they wouldn't be so committed in dimming down who we are and helping us forget who we are. We need to wake up. We need to take these archetypes and remember that it's about us. That's us. That's us in our power. That's us in our light. That's us in our love. They can't take that away from us unless we agree to it. But if we go back to what the thought was, what if we just created all of this? What if we created all this? So what's our responsibility now?
Uncreate all of this.
Uncreate the miscreation and recreate heaven on earth. All right.
Sandy was telling that or something better. I agree. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Please take that and utter that to yourself all day long. This or something better. This. And the other one I love, and we've talked about this one that I love, is what else is possible? What else is possible?
Yeah, what else is possible for me?
Yeah, and that's actually creation right there, because then you're starting that imagination. Well, what else is possible, right? Then the imagination can get kicked in and we can begin to vision again, and we can begin to have creative hopes in our lives.
And I would say again and remind those who haven't seen our previous shows, I allow universe to bring me this, and that.
Yeah.
That's another extremely strong, because then you actually avoid your own thoughts, your own maybe fears, or something what you don't trust really. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say you are saying in affirmations that I am beautiful, but you actually feel that you are absolutely don't look nice at all. And if you say I allow universe to create me as beautiful as possible, then that means you avoiding your own doubts about yourself.
Yep. You're rewriting your script, right? And whether we like it or not, we got a script we follow. So who's authoring that script? Are you blaming your family for that script? Are you blaming your ancestors for that script? Are you blaming an ex-husband for that script? What do you blame? It's like, write your own script. Be the author of your own script. Be authentic. I love that word, authentic. Be the author of your own life.
And Sandy is saying thank you.
You're welcome, Sandy.
And third card today is Buddha prepares. And Buddha prepares, I can't find camera.
Oh yeah, no, you got it right there. So there we have the Buddha sitting and in meditation. So that's how we do prepare, right? We calm the mind. We look at, what is meditation? It's the capacity to sit in stillness. But before you get to stillness, what you're going to notice is the endless parade of thoughts and feelings that cross. It's just like, it's an endless parade. And if you know that, then you can expect, oh, okay, let's see what's lurking inside of there. So the endless parade of thoughts and feelings will come forward as you begin to sit, be quiet, still your mind, be present. The purpose of so the Buddha prepares. Again, we can use that as an archetype. We are that Buddha. We are that one who sat under that Bodhi tree and came to the awareness that I am. Come to the awareness of the I am presence. And that takes the work. I call it work. It's not really work to sit and be, to sit in that quiet repose and allow yourself to witness all the thoughts and the feelings that are coming, but to keep going back to the breath, to let the thoughts and feelings just kind of go on by. They're going to come, they're going to go. I just had a thought about a little painting I did while I've been here. I had been thinking about what do I bring? Who am I? What do I bring? Right. And this is going to relate back to the Buddha prepares. So, I'm in my 70s now, and this is a time where a lot of people my age are really slow and way down. And inside of me, though, is what else can I bring? What can I bring forward to assist humanity? Because that's my calling, right? So as I was sitting with that, I got this image of a little girl. I wish I brought it back up to the art studio. I wish I had it, because it's this, the image I was getting in my mind is of myself as a little girl, thinking about what I offered. And the image was, I remember this time when for some reason, I had some crazy thoughts when I was a kid. I thought it was my light that made the sunlight. Whatever. And it was my sadness that made the rain. Right. So I remember remembering that. And then I remember being told that's not true.
No, but if you are rainbow to start with,
that's right.
then why you can't create anything else?
Right. So the image was as a little girl offering her light to make the sun, and I decided to draw that image because, well, it was there, right? And boy, so she was like offering these beautiful spheres of golden light, right? And I named every sphere. I gave every sphere, and I think there's like 7 spheres that she offers up into the sky, and every one of them I named as a gift that I bring and that I offer. It's really powerful it's part of that preparing, right? I'm bringing forth the best of self. I'm bringing forth the light of self, the love of self, the consciousness of self, and make these offerings to all of humanity, to our world. And it's powerful because it puts me in that mindset of where I'm not having to sit and watch the negative thoughts go by. I'm sitting in that positive, powerful place of love, light, contribution, expression of self. I sure wish I had that picture here, because it's they say a picture's is 1,000 words, and this, you really see it in this, or I see it, I feel it in the pictures.
On our next show, please bring those pictures, because any art you show me, I just love to bits. It's beautiful. And I'm absolutely sure your new pictures is as beautiful as previous ones.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool ones. There's one that I did up there that is talk about, oh man, it is, the colors in it are so alive and vibrant. And yeah, I'll try to get them on the show next time. That would be
yeah.
good.
And I think it's time for us, if you don't have anything more to say about what we've been talking about, maybe time for meditation.
Sure. Let's see what we got here. And so I'm just going to invite everybody to move into Buddha Prepares. So wherever you are, you don't have to sit cross-legged or in some beautiful pose. You can just sit and be. Take a breath in and a breath out. Preparing the mind and the heart and the being. And what are we preparing for? And what are we preparing from? Good questions to ask yourself as you close your eyes and block out your world and move interior to your inner realm. Breath in and breath out. Preparing the mind and preparing the body temple. Preparing it is calming it, bringing peace to your body and to your mind. providing space, providing that space where possibility can occur. And even becoming quite comfortable in the silence. Notice what thoughts you think. Notice what feelings you have that accompany these thoughts. Just notice. And because my voice is not wanting to cooperate right now, I leave you with this simple meditation of preparing yourself by just letting the thoughts and the feelings that accompany them just move away. Become comfortable in the silence. Relax into it. Allow the silence to take you. Be at peace, dear ones. Come home, dear ones. I love you. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Morganne. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody who is watching. Thank you, everybody who will be watching. Please, please remember to share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube video channel so we can meet and help more people. Have a great day and God bless.